Did you know there's a silky soft fibre you can use for doll hair that's made from wood? That's right, wood, from trees. The fibre is called VISCOSE, and today I'm going to find out if I can needle felt with it. I'm making a creepy cute cloth art doll and using this pack of black viscose roving I found in storage to create a hair. I bought this pack of viscose a few years ago when I was exploring different vegan friendly materials for doll making. It got packed away in storage when I moved and I never got round to trying it until now. At first glance, the viscose looks quite similar to bamboo roving. It has a slightly squeaky feel, which I don't mind personally, though I think some people with sensory issues around texture might not like it. If you don't like that squeaky feel, then bamboo might be a better choice for you. Bamboo is a fibre I've used a lot for doll making, so I want to see how the viscose compares to it. I have a sample of the viscose here on the left and bamboo on the right. I think the fibres are pretty much the same length. They look very similar, but the viscose feels slightly coarser than the bamboo. It's going to be interesting to see how well it needle felts into a cloth doll head. But first, I need to make the doll. I've chosen monochromatic fabrics for this doll. The skin fabric is white quilting cotton. I've got grey stripes for the legs and some grey cotton with a tiny floral print for the dress. I'm stuffing all the pieces with kapok. Most of the doll hair fibres I've tried have felted quite well into kapok, so I'm hoping the viscose will be the same. I pack the stuffing in as tightly as I can. I want all the pieces to be quite firm so she keeps a shape. When I first started making dolls, they were a basic flat cookie cutter shape. I made the head and body in one piece and sewed the legs onto the bottom. That never worked particularly well. I used to get a lot of puckering around the neck and under the arms, and they were always quite lumpy. Fitting the clothes was really awkward. Jointing a doll looks more complicated, but it actually makes the whole process much easier. The neck is a fixed joint. I do want to experiment with creating a movable button joint for the neck at some point, but for now the fixed joint works fine. I don't joint the ankles on my dolls, I prefer the simple foot shape. I'm giving her some lace-up boots before I attach the legs to the body. Acrylic paints make a really good fabric paint if you just add a little bit of fabric medium. I used to whip stitch the legs to the body until I learned this technique for making a hinge joint. All that's needed is a small stitch at each side of the leg. It's quicker and allows much better movement. High pigment artist colour pencils give a nice dark shadow around the eyes. I use Derwent Colour Soft as the pigments are all vegan friendly. I use a colourless blending pencil to soften the edges. I love this charcoal grey cotton lace. It has the perfect vintage gothic feel I want for the dress. I've threaded some grey satin ribbon through it and it looks awesome. Unfortunately, my sewing machine has a mind of its own and decided it wouldn't sew through it, so I'm having to hand stitch it. Hand sewing is not my favourite pastime. It takes so long, but I think the end result will be worth it. It just needs a running stitch around the top to gather up the skirt and I can put the dress together. Then it's time to do the hair. I'm using the clover felting tool with 3 needles. I'm going to try the same gauge of needle as I use for the acrylic and bamboo, and I'll see how I get on with those. These are Heidi Feathers 38 gauge triangular needles. If the viscose doesn't felt with these, I might need to try a different gauge. I'll put links to those in the description. The viscose fibres are around 10 centimetres long. This gives me an idea of how long the doll's hair can be and what I can do with the style. I'm starting at the back of the head with a small amount of the viscose and just going slowly at first. I don't want to force the needles, I want to see how it reacts with the K-pop stuffing and how quickly it grips onto it. I'm not sure how brittle the fibres are and whether they'll break easily. There's a little more resistance than you get with bamboo, but it seems to be holding much faster. I'm not having to do as much felting. That's holding really well. I'm impressed with how strong that feels. I'm going to carry on overlapping it until I cover the whole scalp area. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button to let me know. This also helps it get seen by more people. Viscose is classed as a semi-synthetic fibre. You might see it on clothing labels, either listed as viscose or rayon. It was developed in the late 19th century as an affordable alternative to silk. Wood pulp is dissolved using a chemical process, then forced through spinnerets to form the fine silky fibres. One of the advantages of viscose is that it's quite heat resistant. I did test a sample both for heat straightening and colour fastness. You can see that in my latest video over on Buy Me a Coffee. As always, links will be in the description. Now she just needs a quick trim to neaten it up a little. I thought I might need to straighten this, but I think it'll just need a blast with a hairdryer to get it to lie flat. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with the viscose. It's not easy to find at the moment, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to get more in the near future, but I'd definitely use it again. If you want to learn more about felting doll hair with bamboo, watch this video next and I'll see you next time. Bye!